Hello everyone, welcome back to more of Pokemon Stadium 2. This is ToadinWonderland, and we are going to take on the Pokecup Ultra Ball difficulty level this time. Now for this, Nintendo Power recommends using a Graveler, Parasect, Kadabra, Misdreavus, Starmie, and a Skarmory. And if this sounds familiar, it should be, because this is actually the same exact team that they recommended for the Great Ball difficulty as well. It wasn't a printing error or anything like that. They just specifically stated that the team was so good that it was okay to use them again. And they probably are, based on what I'm aware of for this particular cup. But I'm actually only going to use two of those choices. I'll be using a Kadabra and a Misdreavus for this run, and then I'll have four different others, which I'm going to promptly pick. Pardon me, picked. I meant pick. Okay. Okay, as I already said, I will pick Kadabra, which is somewhere here. Okay, and I am going to give it a Scope Lens. If you're using just the rental items, a regular berry should be okay. Okay, my next Pokemon's going to be Hitmonlee, and I am going to give it Bright Powder. There it is. A Burnt Berry would be okay for that, because there's actually some ice Pokemon you'll be facing in this particular cup near the end, and that could potentially give Hitmonlee a problem if it would happen to get frozen, so if you don't have Bright Powder, a Burnt Berry's probably your best bet. You can also use an Ice Berry for if it gets... sorry, not an Ice Berry, a Miracle Berry if you want to do that, but I'm actually going to use the Miracle Berry on a different Pokemon. And which way? Okay, I'm going up. Of course, we are going to use Donphin again. Third time's the charm. And as before, it's going to get a Quick Claw. The Ice Berry would be okay for it. Yeah, for Donphin, Ice Berry would be alright. Okay, I got confused because I got hung up on saying give Hitmonlee an Ice Berry. But no, Donphin's okay with an Ice Berry. That's if you're just using rental items, though. Okay, my fourth Pokemon is somewhere around here. I guess I don't have to do it in alphabetical order, but I'm so OCD with that, I guess. Misdreavus, the one I said before I was going to use. And this is the one I'm actually going to give a Miracle Berry. If you don't have that, a Mint Berry is fine, because there's some Pokemon that will try to use sleep-inducing moves, so that would work okay too. Okay, I need a good water Pokemon, and that one's going to be Seadra. As I said last time with the Great Ball, I actually debated using Golduck and Seadra the last time, and I ultimately picked Golduck. So this time we're going to go with Seadra, and I'm going to give it a Mystic Water. You could probably give it Leftovers too. I debated doing that, but I think I'll be... Actually, no. Scratch that. I actually am going to give it the Leftovers. Both of those items are good choices to give Seadra. If you don't have either of those, a Paralyzed Cure Berry would be okay, since I'm sure Electric Pokemon are going to go straight for that. And last but not least, we are going to use a good electric Pokemon, Zapdos being its name, and I am going to give it... I actually didn't think about what I was going to give it here, to be honest. The Magnet will be alright, but its special attack's pretty good as it is. Oh, what the heck, I'll just give it a Magnet. So that's my team, and I guess that leaves only the Bitter Berry if you're using just the rental berries. That'd be okay to give Zapdos. So yeah, hang in, because this is going to be a ride. It picks up more with the ante here, because it's going to get a little challenging from this point on. Everything that you face from here on out is going to be challenging for the remaining cups. It's not too much of a concern, because if you've done it in the same order as me, then there should technically only be 3 cups left. But as I was just saying for the record. Thought I'd go ahead and state that. Okay, it's really hard for the team I picked, because none of these are like super good against the first guy's Pokemon, Bugboy Nelson. Or Bugcatcher Nelson. Boy, I'm still sticking with Stadium 1's routine, I guess. But Kadabra, Misdreavus, and for a third choice, Zapdos wouldn't be too bad, but we've already got 2 Pokemon with electric moves. I might have to, though, because some of these Pokemon have grass moves. I almost picked Seadra, but that's not going to work too well for me. Yeah, your best bet here is probably just going to be go with Zapdos. At least it's part flying, so it should be resistant to some of these Pokemon.
Welcome to Pokémon Tournament Poké Cup Ultra Ball. Which trainer will earn
And the reason I started with Kadabra is because it knows Thunder Punch. And that comes in pretty handy here for this cup, actually. I was tempted to pick a good grass Pokemon too, but after looking through my guide and seeing the different teams, I've really only seen one battle where grass Pokemon is going to pay off really well. So I ultimately decided that a grass Pokemon's not necessary. But I was tempted, I'll put it that way. Because even as Nintendo Power had suggested, they went with Parasect because of Giga Drain. And Giga Drain's a pretty good grass move as well, and Parasect also knows Spore, which is a 100% accurate sleep-inducing move. It's the only one of its kind, actually, because Hypnosis is 60%, if I'm not mistaken, and Sleep Powder is 75%, and Sing is an absurdly low 55% accurate move. So yeah, it's really clear that Spore is definitely the definitive choice of those different ones. And we can actually get away with using Psychic here because Heracross is part fighting. So we shall promptly do that. I was actually a little surprised he picked that one, to be honest. Oh, it just hung in there. How dare you. I did give Kadabra a scope lens, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. I was just wondering if that was kicking in or not.
Commands are made. A psychic blast.
Okay, that took it out. I guess Thunder Punch is all it would have taken as well, but yeah, it's fine. Either move's fine to finish it. No kidding, Mr. Announcer dude. Okay, last one's Dunsparce. If I remember, the only move this one knows is Dig, as far as attacking you directly, because everything else is like some kind of status move. Because I think it has, like, Glare and Swagger. It has I'm not sure what its fourth move is. So yeah, it's gonna use Dig here. I would use Reflect, there we go. But I am actually going to switch to Zapdos, because I'm crafty like that. And therefore that means that this Dunsparce has no... How am I describe this? The Dunsparce has no solution or any kind of move that could possibly defeat me when I have Zapdos out. You'd have to get lucky with Swagger. Very, very lucky.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
We shall use Thunder.
Here it comes! Thunder!
Yes, that was a great hit. Took it out. That was all of his Pokemon.
The last Pokemon goes down. And there goes...
Okay, yeah, as I said, Dunsparce's only direct attacking move would have been Dig, so... It basically was doomed. It had no way of defeating me. So that was a pretty easy win. So yeah, despite, like I said, that I don't really have quote-unquote super effective Pokemon against it in terms of like a fire Pokemon or a flying Pokemon. I mean, Zapdos is a flying type, but it doesn't have any flying attack moves. So there you go. We still pulled it off, though, very nicely. And of the first 4 battles, this one is probably going to give you... I guess, yeah, this one probably would give you the most trouble, only because he has a Quagsire and a Magneton. But beyond that, he's a pushover. Okay, for this battle, I would recommend leading with Kadabra. And if Quagsire would come out first, make sure you use Reflect. I will go ahead and state that, because it does know Earthquake. And for the remaining Pokemon, Zapdos you definitely want to have. And because there's a Magneton, and even Kabutops. Okay, it's either a toss-up between Hitmonlee and Misdreavus. Because we were already using 2 electric Pokemon, Kadabra and Zapdos, they should be fine against Slowbro if that would happen to be the choice. So I'm going to say Hitmonlee would be the better bet between it and Misdreavus. I mean, Misdreavus also has Shadow Ball and Thunder, so that's partially why I did pick it. But that's going to come in handy later on for some of the other battles. So yeah. Also, while we're in the middle of some battles here, and yep, he led with Poliwrath. We do have Thunder Punch, but because Poliwrath's part fighting, Psychic would be a wiser selection. Okay, I don't know what you guys just thought of that, but that wow was like so appropriate. And that was stupid. I don't know why you would do that. I'll just use Thunder Punch. Although maybe it's better not to reveal to your opponent what moves you have. But anyway, I know last time I had mentioned that I would talk about Pokemon Crystal, how my progress is on that. And yeah, it'd be smart here to use Thunder Punch. But it actually got cut out because it was just, I was talking about it during a battle where I was struggling with it first. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about that right now. Yeah, Crystal, oh by the way, I just realized, because he has 2 Pokemon that are level 54, Quagsire and the Slowbro, there's actually no chance that Quagsire is going to appear now. So yeah, I just thought I'd state that. But anyway, I'll go ahead and talk about Crystal now. Yeah, last time I talked about, I mentioned that I was actually going for the 4th badge. Now I'm about ready to acquire my 8th badge. That's how much progress I've made since then. I know that's not like the fastest record speed time or anything, but I've been trying to build a team, and wow, can't believe that took me out. Although Rain Dance would explain a lot behind that. We'll send out Zapdos. It is raining out, so Thunder is 100% accurate now. Yeah, I'm taking on the 8th gym very soon. There is one thing about the 2nd generation games that disappoints me, and even the 1st generation for that matter. The ice Pokemon are just so terrible on Pokemon in the earlier games. Part of it is because of the selection, or lack thereof, I should say, that is available on the 2 games. Because you go through the icy path, ice path. Is it called Icy Path or Ice Path? I was just there, I should know this. Although I do admire the change they did to the, I guess it is the Ice Path. I think that's what it's called. It looks different on Pokemon Crystal though. On Gold and Silver it was just like a purplish rock colored background basically. But on Crystal they actually changed the area so that it looks like a... It actually looks like that blue textured snow. Like it's like a blue that mixes with white. It actually looks like snow and ice combined. So it actually truly does look like the Ice Path. But as I was saying, the ice Pokemon, for that section of the game, on Crystal at least, and it's even worse if you have Gold, the Pokemon you get in that area are Swinub Jinx, if you can happen to find one. Jinx is really rare to find in that area, on any of the floors in the dungeon. Yeah, I guess it's a mini dungeon of sorts. Jinx is another you can find, but you gotta search hard. There's tons of Zubat and Golbat, which aren't even ice Pokemon, but yet they're still found in that area. Or you could still find them on all the floors, especially Golbat. Golbat seems to appear more often. And for this battle, I think I am going to lead with Hitmonlee, followed by Seadra, and then we're also going to use Donphin. Because all of those Pokemon are weak to all three of those Pokemon. All of his, that is. But back to the ice Pokemon. Swinub, Jinx. Sneasel is another one you can find. It's a little bit easier depending on the time of day. And Delibird are common and can only be found at nighttime. Beyond that, that's it. There's really nothing else you can find in the ice path. Like I said, that's a pretty limited selection. But
Here's the first move.
I guess it would have been better to lead with Seadra. Well,
It increased its defense.
I'm just wondering here. Should I switch? Seadra's defense is decent. Yeah, what the heck, I'll switch. I think it's gonna use Rollout. I'll go ahead and say that here, this Pokemon here. And I don't want to mirror match Donphin against Donphin, that's gonna be pointless. And yeah, he used a trick where you use, oh, by the way, I should state the animation for Donphin's rollout is different and neater. But what it just did was he had it use Defense Curl followed by rollout. And I think I even said this before, that doubles rollout's power when you do that. So yeah, you gotta watch out for that. And yeah, I figured Surf would take it out quick.
Down it goes.
And it's at level 55, I just caught that. With that being said, I think his Steelix was also level 55, so we're not going to be seeing it. It's set up like that where you only see one or the other. And I know for a fact this Ursaring knows Thunder Punch. So, we shall use Donphin. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure all of his Pokemon have the rollout move. I thought I'd go ahead and say that, since that's the hiker's theme, I guess. But yeah, anyway, back to the little discussion I had about ice Pokemon. Swinub's probably... I don't really know how to describe it, but Swinub is probably the best of those choices. And then when you evolve into Piloswine, its speed stat will go down when it evolves. I do want to state that I'm aware of that. Whenever Swinub evolves into Piloswine, its speed won't go up that high. But other than that, stat-wise, it's okay. Sneasel, unfortunately, in second generation, because the rules don't apply where the moves themselves are categorized as being physical or special, in second gen, it's still by type. So, even though Sneasel knows Feint Attack and Ice Punch, they're still labeled as special moves? Yeah, they're still labeled as special moves. So, unfortunately, because that's the case, Sneasel has a terrible special attack stat, and that means those moves have been nerfed way down. If it was 4th gen, or beyond that, those moves would be super powerful for Sneasel to have, because Sneasel's attack stat is its forte. And we have Fortress here. We'll just stick with Earthquake, I guess. It's not going to be super effective since it's part bug, unfortunately. I was tempted to use a Fire Pokemon here as well, but again, I found you don't necessarily need a Fire Pokemon to complete this cup. So it's okay to get away without it.
It increased its defense.
And yeah, they're using defense curl a good bit here too, as you've probably observed. And then, back to Ice Pokemon yet again. Jinx is probably the second best choice. I'd still recommend Swinub over it. Yeah, because Donphin's ground, it's resistant to rock moves, so that works nicely for us. The problem with Jinx, though, it has low defense, so a move like Rollout would take it out very fast. Jinx is part Psychic, so that's probably one of its better high points. Oh, curse you for getting the critical hit there. And then there's Delibird. As I said before, Delibird's one of those, like, extremely average Pokemon, because nothing is like super outstanding about it. Its special attack and speed are okay. That's its higher points in terms of stats. Everything else about it, though, is just terrible. And when you catch it, the only move it has is Present, which is its signature move. And yet there's still 1/8 chance that it could heal the opponent instead of damage them. It's another one of those... It's like Hitmontop's triple kick, basically. It's a luck move, so you gotta worry about it going in your favor. Fortunately, Delibird can learn TM moves, so you have that if you don't want to be stuck with Present, and I would recommend that.